In 2007, I signed to run track and field here at the University of Georgia, following in my parents' footsteps as athletes at this great institution. Shortly after signing day, I found myself in an operating room with little hope of ever walking again. 2.5 years and 10 surgeries later, I made the life-changing decision to have my leg amputated below the knee. Today, 15 years post-amputation, I stand before you as a 2-time Paralympic medalist, 3-time world champion, and 4-time world record holder. Thank you. With a personal best in the 100 meters of 10.71 seconds and a long jump mark of 26 feet 6 inches, just shy of 9 yards. I didn't just get back to running after my amputation. I learned how to fly. Beyond track and field, I stand before you as a husband to the most amazing woman in the world, a father to 2 kind and energetic little boys, and as a proud graduate of this amazing university. Before we dive in, I want to thank President Moorhead and the university for this amazing honor of being this year's commencement speaker. But tonight is about you. This amazing class of 2025 and all that you've accomplished and overcome to get to this moment. This evening, I'd like to share 3 of the greatest lessons I've learned in my journey. Lessons I hope might speak to you as you begin yours. Life is hard. Embrace the journey. Goals determine direction. They do not define success. And who you are matters more than what you do. As I lay in a hospital bed after my 5th surgery in 10 days, my legs wide open and in more pain than medicine could numb, all I could think about is what I was losing. My senior year of high school, my dream of running in college, and the fear of not knowing if I'd ever be able to walk again. On day 16 in the hospital, I got a text message from a buddy of mine. It was a Bible verse from the book of James. It said, "When troubles come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow." I'll be honest with you, in that moment when I was reading those words, I didn't feel joy. I felt broken. Let's fast forward 2.5 years. I'm sitting in a doctor's office facing one of the most difficult decisions I've ever had. Continue living my life in pain or consider having my leg amputated. In that moment, something clicked. I stopped letting the reality of my present circumstances dictate the potential of my future. I stopped coming from a place of victim mentality and realizing that everything happens for a reason and something bigger was going on. That shift in perspective gave me the courage to move forward, to make the decision to have my leg amputated in hope of a better future. Since then, I've come to realize something. Experiencing pain doesn't disqualify you from discovering your purpose. It prepares you for it. The reality is every single person here has lost something at some point. A dream, a loved one, a friend. You see, the promise in James wasn't that trials would go away, it was that endurance would grow. That's what trials do. They forge something in us that comfort never could. They teach us to keep going when nothing makes sense, to believe when hope feels distant, to see ourselves not by what we've lost, but by who we're becoming. That's the hidden gift in pain, because it's the journey, not the destination, that shapes us the most. So if you're in the middle of something broken, don't run from it. Embrace it. Life is hard, but the journey is worth it. In 2013, I made my first world championship team in Lyon, France. After just missing the podium in 2012, I was hungry, determined, and I had one goal: win gold. In the semifinals of the 200 meters, something happened that I never expected. As I crossed the finish line, saving some energy for the finals the next day, the crowd erupted. As I glanced at the clock, I realized that I had just broken the world record. In my first interview, the reporter said, "Jarryd, brilliant run, world record performance. Are you gonna run faster tomorrow?" I laughed and said, "Well, tomorrow's about crossing the finish line first, but I hope so." Second interview, same question. Third interview, fourth, "Are you gonna run faster tomorrow?" Well, I did run faster. I won the gold medal and broke the world record the next day, but then the inevitable question came: how fast can he go? That weekend taught me something I'll never forget. Goals determine direction. They do not define success. Because if success was always tied in the next medal, the next record, the next achievement, we would never be finished. The finish line would just keep moving. But real success is knowing that you ran your race, that you showed up fully, gave everything, and stayed grounded in your purpose, regardless of what the world says is next. So don't let your goals define you. Let them drive you, and see how far you truly can go. As I begin to look ahead at my life beyond athletics, I keep coming back to this one point. If you don't know who you are, you can't possibly know where you're going. It wasn't until later in my career that I realized what I accomplished mattered far less than who I became. I learned the hard way that the world would never fully be satisfied with my success. I reach a milestone, the spotlight moves, I break a record, they ask if I break it again, I win a medal, they want to know if it's going to be another one. I've come to realize that if your identity is built on what you do, you will always be chasing more. But when you root your life in who you are, in who you're becoming, you discover something deeper. Accomplishments capture people for a moment, but character changes them for a lifetime. As I reflect on my journey, I'm proud of the records that I've broken and the medals that I've won, but I'm more proud of the communities I've been able to serve and the people I've been able to do life with along the way. So as you step into whatever's next, I hope you remember these 3 truths. Life is hard, but the journey is worth it. Goals determine direction. They do not define success. And above all, who you are matters more than what you do. Congratulations, class of 2025. You are not just stepping into a career, you are stepping into a calling. Go live it out with purpose, and as always, go Dogs.